The Subaru BRZ and its twin, this Toyota GR86, are some of the most pure and affordable sports car formulas you can buy here on the market in 2022. But what does that mean if you want to use it for a daily driver and put on big miles on the highway? Today we're going to find out. Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor, and today we've got the real-world highway fuel economy test on the 2022 Toyota GR86 with the 6-speed manual. In today's test, we're going to head out and do 50 miles out and 50 miles back, averaging 70 miles per hour to get you a realistic fuel economy number for this sports car. Before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at it. Yes, in the bright red GR86 paint and the 6-speed manual with 2.4 liter boxer 4, 2 doors, coupe style. This thing is a whole lot of fun. Admittedly, it's a little bit more fun to be sliding around than just to be cruising down straight highways, but we know that there are people who need to do highway miles, and especially when you're dealing with a more affordable car like this, a lot of times that fuel economy number matters. If you do want to see more on the 86, check the links in the description. We're going to have a sound system test. We did a fuel economy test on an automatic BRZ, so check the link in the description if you want to see how that one fared. And we'll have some other fun content that I'll link below. So why do we do this test? Well, the EPA's highway fuel economy test, which gives this 86 27 miles per gallon with the manual transmission, that test only averages 48 miles per hour. We know there are people who do plenty of miles on the highway and would like to know what sort of number you can realistically expect here in the real world. In order to put that to the test, we're going to head over to the gas station here, fill up, head out, and go do 100 miles, come back, fill up with the same pump using the same 3-click fueling method, and get a result. A few things to note for today: the outside temperature is 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Our tire pressures have been set to their door placard 33 psi cold. It was either 33 or 35. I might be getting some of my cars confused. And we're going to run the climate control at 73 degrees auto. Now yes, this will use the AC compressor, but that's how people would travel in the real world, and without it we would roast. Pull on up to the pump here. Ooh, I gotta remember which side. It's on that side, okay. There we go. All right, let's hop out and fill it up. 4.120 gallons going in for our first fill. And before we actually start the motor, we've reset our GPS, and we're gonna reset the car's trip computer as well. And we're ready to begin. No different drive modes here in the GR86. Technically there is a track button, but that applies a little bit more to the traction control and the gauge configuration than it does any sort of fueling. We're going to take it nice and easy over the highway. It's just 0.3 miles away, and pick up the test from there. The goal of this test isn't to hypermile. We're not trying to get the best possible fuel economy, but rather a realistic figure. In order to do that, we're going to get up to highway speed here at a reasonable pace and set our cruise control at a GPS indicated 72 miles per hour. And that should allow us to average 70 over the whole test. Already in 6th gear, not a lot of weight to propel up to speed. It's like our car's readout's about 1 mile per hour below the GPS. We're going to set in at 73. A little loud in here. This is a particularly noisy stretch of concrete highway, but yeah, not a ton of sound deadening. Do we even have adaptive cruise control? It's not going to be a big deal to me if we don't. I guess it's just kind of surprising here in a new car. Yeah, doesn't seem like it. Not really any active lane keeping, no adaptive cruise, not a bunch of sound deadening. But hey, let's see if we're comfortable after an hour in the saddle. So we're going to catch up with you at the end of the test. In the meantime, enjoy this time lapse of the entire trip. coming into the end of the highway fuel economy test here in the BRZ. As I expected, smashing the EPA's estimate, we are at 33.2 miles per gallon according to the car's trip computer. Nice, smooth running as well. You do have to be a little bit careful because of the quick steering in this car. Right off center, it starts to turn. If you have any sort of steering angle, it's going to float around and you might find yourself starting to drift out of lane. So it's a car you got to keep up with, but overall I'm still comfortable in these seats. It is quite a bit quieter on non-concrete sections of highway like this, so that's something to keep in mind if you have a lot of concrete around you or not. But I'm just happy with the fuel economy. I'm not too happy with the sound system. That was not great. If you do want to see that, check the link in the description, but pretty disappointing for the quote-unquote premium system. Definitely not sounding very premium. But either way, we're going to take it into the gas station here, fill up, see what result we get. After 99.5 miles, we ended up putting in 3.070 gallons. 99.5 divided by 3.070 is giving us 32.4 miles per gallon. Just a little bit below the car's trip computer, but I'm actually going to round down to 32 for this test, mostly because that was... we got caught behind some semis. Let me just put it that way. It was a little bit more traffic than I would have liked, a good bit of drafting, and 69 mile per hour average rather than a 70. I think if you're truly cruising out at 70 miles per hour, no drafting, you'd be much lower, closer to 32. So 32 is what we're going with. Still quite a bit better than EPA, and fairly good result, although you'd get quite a bit better with something like Civic Si. 12.4 gallons is our fuel tank, so 12.4 times 32 miles per gallon, giving you an effective highway cruising range of 390 miles here in the Toyota GR86 with the 6-speed manual transmission. Do keep in mind the car requires premium too, so you're gonna have to be paying a little bit more for fuel. Not necessarily the best sporty, affordable car, road tripper fuel economy wise, but really not too bad either. And for as much fun as this thing is, rear-wheel drive, not a bad result. Thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more on the 86, just check the links in the description, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.